2026. Actually, before I get into all this, let me share this out with the public. Go ahead and get this out there. Post it there. Post it there. And heads. So, like I said, today, February 22nd, 2026. It's a lot that has went on in sports. I hope that everybody has been, you know, placing some straight bets, making their money stack up day by day. You know what I'm saying? Um, I actually, even though this is predominantly a sports betting channel. I did want to come up here and just talk some sports to people for those who pay attention and do want, in-depth knowledge of certain things. That way they can, find some things for themselves. Um, what I said, February 25th? I meant to say the 26th. Today's the 26th. I know today's the 26th because my older sister is going to go she's going to know what gender her child is. Congratulations to her. I know that's happening on the 26th. I know that's today, so I know today is the 26th. Pardon what I could have said, but there's a lot that I did want to go over. I wanted to go over a couple of NBA and a couple of NHL, and I wanted to give out my favorite. I said 22nd. Oh dang, terrible. I wanted to give out my favorite MLB prospects, prospects and teams. I mean, I got three prospects, but teams, I guess, as well. But I wanted to start with something that I feel like is really, really interesting to me, and something that I understand does get more coverage than I assumed previously, but I feel like there needs to be more talk about how incredibly amazing and competitive the sport of hockey is. Um, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know that America just won gold. I am somebody who, like, just like Magdar Russo, I just seen him on First Take saying this, like, I was rooting for Canada. I am an American that was rooting for Canada. Sue me. I don't really, like, that's not, like, I don't even say the Pledge of Allegiance, to be honest. So when it comes to just the pure talent that was on the ice, I definitely thought Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Macklin Celebrini, you know, with Sidney Crosby as well, because Sidney Crosby is he's one of the grand masters of the sport in hockey. I do think that they were primed to win. I know I did say something about the Pledge of Allegiance, right? That's wild. Like but but I do think that the Canadians were in a prime position to win gold. And shout out to Matt Bodie. I'm a big fan of the Minnesota Wild. Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Bodie, Quinn Hughes. I love that trio on the ice together. You know what I'm saying? I love Jesper Welderstad. I love Philip Gustav, and I love that team. I love that defense. I love that. I love them. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Matt Bodie, being able to give the hope to the American team, and shout out to the Americans for winning. But now that NHL is back and everybody's back to their respective teams, I wanted to kind of key in on something, especially since it's happening tonight. I did want to bring up something that my partner, one of my partners, YS, is in the comment section. He knows for this whole hockey season, I've been very against Boston and very against Pittsburgh. And throughout the season as it progresses, Pittsburgh has thrown the most tar in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm just being honest, it's just Pittsburgh has been one of the fastest scoring teams in the league. Pittsburgh, led by Sidney Crosby, was, one of the best, well, see, that's actually, before I say that, that's the problem with this take. that I have, because now Pittsburgh is without Sidney Crosby. He got injured in the Olympics. He got injured, I think, in the semifinals. Um, Without Sidney Crosby, Eric Carlson is the veteran on that team. I'm not saying Eric Carlson, like, he's just not Sidney Crosby. Like, nobody on that team is Sidney Crosby without Sidney Crosby. And to accompany the loss of Sidney Crosby, I am talking about a team that is second place in the Metropolitan Division right now. But they have blown 14 leads, okay? They have blown 14 leads. They also blown 9 leads when entering the third period with a lead. They have entered the third period up and have lost that game a total of 9 times. I have a couple teams, right? They've blown 14 leads. I got the teams that are equivalent to that list, okay? The Vancouver Canucks, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Montreal Canadiens are on this list as well. But another one of our research team brothers, Dove, I mean, he just kind of reinstated Montreal today, and I think it's only because it's post Olympic break. But man, Montreal does have this tendency to sell, to fold in moments where they should not. Another team that, if you've paid attention to hockey this season, I know the team I'm about to say may sound crazy, but Winnipeg has blown 14 leads. It is not crazy for them to be on this list, because earlier, even now, they're playing with Eric Cormier, and they could have almost lost to Vancouver last night. This is not hyperbole. These are facts, okay? Chicago Black Sox, Washington Capitals, and the St. Louis Blues. These are the teams that have also blown more than 13 leads. And Pittsburgh is in the midst with 14 leads blown, 9 blown in the third period. And now they are playing without the all-star, the all-time great, the maybe third best hockey player of all time. They're now playing without him. And it brings me to my next team I wanted to talk about, because it's crazy that they're going to go against the New Jersey Devils tonight, who last night should have played way better hockey than they, like, coming off of the win with Jack Hughes getting the game-winning goal. You know what I'm saying? Nico Heiser, just the tremendous player he is. Jesper Bratt, the tremendous player he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, carrying that momentum. Like, I don't understand. Like, well, Buffalo is a tough team. Let me not act like Buffalo. Buffalo Sabres is Buffalo Sabres, okay? But aside from that, just being able to muster, I think, 2 goals maybe. I think it was maybe 2 goals. I don't even know if they scored until the third period. I can't remember right now off the top of my head that game specifically. But I do know factual statements. They are a minus 30 in goal differential, okay? They're a minus 30 in goal differential. The New Jersey Devils in the Metropolitan Division are one team better than the New York Rangers, man. And, like, listen, I don't even want to, like, I'm not trying to get into the New York Rangers. Like, that's not what this is about. This is more about how I believe, right, after saying all these things, like, well, what is he getting to? What is this guy? Because it's not like the Buffalo is tough. Buffalo is tough. Like, Buffalo is tough. This is what I'm saying, okay? The New Jersey Devils were a favorited team. They were halted at the beginning of the season because they was playing tremendous hockey. Jack Hughes got hurt. Prayers to Jack Hughes. He did get better. Luke Hughes is now hurt. Pittsburgh, I believe, is a fluke. I believe without Sidney Crosby, Pittsburgh is not as good as they kicked up to be. I think that the New Jersey Devils' skill set gives them the ability to possibly, like, I don't know. It's probably like 30 games left, but they should be playing way better hockey than they are right now. And maybe I am just wrong in this sense, but I bet you tonight the second place team in the Metropolitan Division can't beat the eighth, or if it's 8 teams, is the seventh best team. If it's 9 teams, the eighth best team. Like, they can't beat the second best team in the Metropolitan Division tonight without Sidney Crosby. I like Anthony Mata. I like Ricker Raquel. I love Eric Carlson. Shout out to him just making a milestone on his career assist. I think he got to like 400. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? But let's, like, Dawson Mercer, Dougie Hamilton, Jesper Bratt. It's, oh my God. I don't see Logan still. Wait, no, not Logan. But it's just, I just know there's other players I'm kind of forgetting. I'm kind of forgetting some players' names other than the ones I named. I've already named, Nico, Jesper. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep, but the collective team that they have, Jake Allen and Jacob Markstrom do got to be better in between the pipes, but I just don't see them being this bad. They're on a 4-game losing streak right now. I believe that turns around tonight. And that's not even me trying to, like, yes, we do player props, we do team lines. Like, I mean, I would bet on that. I haven't put that on a ticket, but I mean, I just looked at that, not too long ago. The fact that they're playing each other, I was like, wow, it's crazy, because I did want to talk about Sidney Crosby. And I was just having this conversation with the New Jersey Devils yesterday, and they actually did not do what we hoped they would, or at least thought they could get to. And Buffalo is a great team. Nothing away from Buffalo, but we got to get to some type of understanding about what the New Jersey Devils ceiling is and what they can really get to when it comes to like, I guess, competitive hockey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't have any right now. The next thing though, like, because that's what I'm saying, like, Sidney Crosby is definitely, without Sidney Crosby, they should not be second place. But that brings me to the seeding currently for the NHL playoffs, like, because right now we got Tampa Bay, Boston, right? Tampa Bay and Boston, they would be in the first round. We got Carolina and the Detroit Red Wings, they would be in the first round. We got Montreal and Buffalo, they would be in the first round. And we got Pittsburgh and the New York Islanders, they would be seeing each other in the first round. I believe that currently constructed, the New Jersey Devils are better than Pittsburgh, Boston, and the New York Islanders. I believe that. I believe that they can make a push into getting into they might have to see Tampa Bay on their way out the playoffs. But I don't think that's far fetched. I believe that with the talent that they have, that they should be able to make a push like that. It is just crazy to me that these seedings is so close, and I know that we're not right around playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We still got some games to go. It's gonna be a lot of games that are gonna be decided between teams. Like, I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh and the Islanders got to play until they get there. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's no way that I would sit here and deny the talent that the New Jersey Devils have into getting somewhere in this wild card picture. Like, they're going to be having to duke it out with Boston and the Islanders. I don't think that's too far fetched for these Devils. Nate. Oh no, what? And then we look into the West. I think the West is kind of like something that we kind of all, Colorado versus Seattle. Kind of know how that's going to go. Vegas versus Utah. I think we kind of know how that's going to go. I got Utah if that was to happen. I think that makes sense. I do think that the first year, getting all those people together, the way that they've been off and on the ice, they're not even playing together right now. Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, Mitch Marner, they're not on the ice together. Pavel Dordev and Thomas Hertel had to shoulder the load last night. So, I think Utah is a better collective team, even though they are the Arizona Coyotes from recent. I do think that's a better team. And, yeah, the Dallas Stars won yesterday. I had it on the ticket, man. Come on now. Dallas Stars, yo, man, you didn't bet it? Bro, Dallas Stars first period total over, that was my lock. yesterday in the group. Check the Discord, man. That was my lock. First period, total over, man. Like, come on now. Dallas Stars went out there. My boy Wyatt Johnson went out there, did what I told you. Most power play points on that team. That boy went out there, did that thing again. So, like, going right into Dallas versus Minnesota Wild. I'm not gonna lie. That is about to be one of the best series that I've witnessed in my lifetime. Dallas Stars versus Minnesota Wild. Hopefully, Mikko Rantanen is going to be healthy for that series. Oh my God, Mikko Rantanen, Jason Robertson, Wyatt Johnson, Miro Highsmith, Issa Lindell. You know what I'm saying? Going up against Quinn Hughes, Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Bodie. I don't even know that's what's so crazy about Minnesota Wild, right? Like I could real quick, I'm like this is about to be well, I mean, I'm kind of talking about Dallas and Minnesota, but this is about to be just about Minnesota. But Matt Zarokolo, Ryan Hartman, and Marcus Johansson, man, they have played some tremendous hockey to accompany Kirill Kaprizov and Matt Bodie before the arrival of Quinn Hughes. After Quinn Hughes arrived, we're in the Discord. You know, if you guys do follow the Research Team Florida, we do have the Discord. The link is in the bio in all the descriptions. We got myself. I'm a Colorado Avalanche fan. We got my brother YS in the comments. He's a Florida Panther fan. We got Dove. He is a Detroit Red Wing fan. And we got my brother. The Athletics just beat the Rangers. Let's go. We got my brother Eden. He is a Dallas Stars fan. And the day that I seen that Quinn Hughes got traded to Minnesota, called the Discord. I said, hey, Eden, man. Dallas is no longer the second best team in the West. That's what I said. And I stand by that to this day. They still have a better record overall, but when that happens, I got my money on Minnesota. The way that these players have just tremendously, like, in their late 34 winger stages of their career, like, that's the only edge that I would give to the Dallas Stars, that Mikko's a young talent and Wyatt Johnson's a young talent, and it's another one I'm like, I don't want to, because I know it's Rupe Hintz is on there, I know Tyler Sengun is on there, I just don't know the ages of them. And then we all know Jason Robertson, the most the most goals by an American-born player this season so far. I do think that Jason Robertson is definitely one of the top goal scorers, paired alongside Mikko Rantanen, one of the top playmakers in the league. You know, that is always going to be great. But Kirill Kaprizov being Kirill, Matt Bodie being Matt Bodie, Joel Eckerson EK, Quinn Hughes being the offensive presence he is. And then, to be honest, in my opinion, you throw Brock Faber on that ice right there, you got a better five coming out of Minnesota. That's my opinion, you know, but that's how I look at that. So, and then the other playoff series in that on the West would be Edmonton and Anaheim, which I'm pretty sure we all know Edmonton will win that in a 7-game series. I love Anaheim. They will not be able to stop Connor, Zach, Leon, Evan, Ryan. We know how they get. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch hockey, you know how them boys get. It's a little, like, I love Cutter Gutierrez. I love Torrey. I love Troy Terry. I love Chris Kreider. I love Leo Carlson. Like, Jackson Lacombe. Like, if that's who y'all roll out there with, hey, good luck, man. That's them boys over there. So that's actually what I wanted to talk about when it came to hockey. And I guess the only other thing that was on my mind earlier is that the Atlantic race is actually a lot closer than I think, like, because right now it's saying that Carolina can be playing the Detroit Red Wings first round. That is subject to change. The Red Wings can win a couple more games and they can end up be playing Montreal in the first round, or they could lose some games, you know what I'm saying, and they could be playing Tampa Bay. So I do think that the Atlantic race is actually one of the most competitive races going forward. If you are on here trying to get some betting knowledge, I do think anything with the Detroit Red Wings, because they're in a desperate need of points. The Detroit Red Wings, the Buffalo Sabres, they're in desperate need of points. because Buffalo doesn't want to drop down to the wild card, and Detroit wants to get out of that wild card situation. So they're desperate need of points whenever they play. I would be I wouldn't be I would be remiss in telling you guys that you like if I was trying to bet safe in a situation when I seen the Detroit Red Wings, I'm always taking them +1.5. Okay, I'm always taking them +1.5. They need points, and they cannot be letting teams just always beat them in regulation. Making it into overtime secures a +1.5. You feel me? If you don't know that, you're not like swear to God, making it to overtime +1.5 hits, no matter what. Okay, so you feel me? Like, and there in hockey, you get points. You get 2 points if you win in regulation before overtime comes. If you get a win, if before 3 periods of hockey is over, the score is 4-3, you get 2 points onto your team's total overall points for the league. Okay, if you make it to overtime, you get 1 point, and you also get a point for an overtime loss or something like that. Something like that. But really and truly, you just want to win, so you get 2 points. You know what I'm saying? You make it overtime, you do get a point though, and that's what Detroit is going to be pushing for in the majority of their games. Like, you would see a lot more empty net goal situations, and a lot more aggressive plays to start out the beginning because they do not want to dip. And the Atlantic Division is only separated by, I think, like 3 points. You know what I'm saying? So, but that is what I wanted to speak about today, at least for hockey. I know it was a lot, but in recap, Pittsburgh without Sidney Crosby, I feel sorry for them. New Jersey with this newfound, well, I hope they could find some newfound hope behind the talent of their team to progress forward. And I think that we're in for a tremendous playoff run, regardless of who actually gets lined up because of how competitive the sport of hockey is. On to this next thing that is, it's like, it's interesting, okay? It's interesting. The reason this is interesting is because I'm somebody, it's about basketball, right? And I'm somebody who I I love players. I love players. I love Kyrie Irving. I love LeBron James. I love Kevin Durant. I love Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? I love Tim Duncan. I love basketball players. I love Victor Wembanyama. Okay, I love Victor Wembanyama. A player like Victor Wembanyama is only going to be able to, like, cause they was talking about Yao Ming. Yao Ming can't shoot like Victor Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? They talking about Bismack Biyombo or Bol Bol. They're just not as consistent as Victor Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Chet Holmgren. He's getting bullied by Victor. Giannis Antetokounmpo can't shoot like Victor. Like, Victor Wembanyama is a once in a lifetime generational talent that I am glad that I'm gonna be able to watch from his, like, I think it was 19 when he got drafted. You feel me? I'm gonna be able to watch his whole career, and I'm gonna love every second of it. I do not think that he is ready to win. I do not think that that team, the San Antonio Spurs, definitely are in position to always be in contender talks. They are an organization that has for decades been in contender talks. But when we talk about what's going on currently in the league, and I'm somebody who also believes that there's a lot of parity in the league. So yes, a new team winning like San Antonio does make a lot of sense. I'm just of the mindset that they and it's a contradicting statement. That's why I said it's interesting, because they gotta get it done before, like they gotta get it done to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like they didn't beat up on OKC all year, because they did. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and act like the team that I think could win it all in the Detroit Pistons didn't just get outclassed. I said that the other day. They got outclassed by the San Antonio Spurs coming out of halftime. You feel me? So when games like that happen, when you see stuff like De'Aaron Fox doesn't even have to be the person that's driving the offense for them to be working in cohesion. You know, you notice things like that, and you definitely get the respect to a team like the San Antonio Spurs. I just for Victor Wembanyama to be the go-to guy, and I believe he will be the go-to guy. I mean, yes, you have De'Aaron Fox, and I love De'Aaron Fox. You have De'Aaron Fox there, but I think Victor Wembanyama is going to be the go-to guy. I don't think that you want your go-to guy to be somebody, in my opinion. I've never met Victor Wembanyama in my life. I've never been in the same building as him a day in my life. I've never seen him in real time. I've only seen him on TV screens, TV, you know what I'm saying? Like I've only seen him, it's not a small TV, but I've only seen him on the TV screen, and I think that Victor Wembanyama is still a little too soft, and I'm not saying it like he's somebody you can come on the street and punk. I'm talking strictly basketball. I'm saying that I believe I just watched it. I just watched it. I just watched Jalen Duren put 25 points on his head, no sweat. I seen him dunk on him. Like I like okay, yeah, you blocking Cade, but I'm big boy over here. Like I run this paint right here. And you wasn't blocking me. I was dunking on you, Victor. That's how I seen Jalen Duren do him. You feel me? I've been like, look, I'm not gonna lie. Like I watched KD make that boy hit the floor. I'm not lying, okay? I'm watching Kevin Durant. Like, no, Victor, you cannot. Yeah, I'm 7 feet too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you 7'5", I'm 7 foot. Like, you can't do what I do out here. You see? So, why I bring that up is because somebody else, Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is no slouch. I'm pretty sure we all understand that Nikola Jokic is no slouch. You know what I'm saying? So I bring that up because this is like, yo, I really don't want to use experience because I like Detroit to win. So I don't want to be a contradiction, right? I think Detroit is going to win the East. Detroit hasn't won the East. It would take experience to do that. They lack that. I understand that is I do think Detroit is going to come out of the East. So I don't want to lean on experience when I say this, but I want to accompany experience with my other reason why I think that they can't make it. And that is size. Yes, Victor Wembanyama is 7'5", but that is only one player. Did you like let's just like I like to do this, right? Like when I talk to my friends, my team, my brothers, bro, let's just roll the basketball out to them, right? Like, give me De'Aaron Fox. Give me De'Aaron Fox. You have DeMar DeRozan. Roll the ball out to him. Who's gonna get more buckets? Probably thinking about it in your head, like, I mean, De'Aaron Fox, then you thought like, oh dang, DeMar DeRozan don't miss. He don't miss. And he could pull up right over De'Aaron Fox. He's too small. You know who else could do that? In my opinion, at least. In my opinion. Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray could pull up right over De'Aaron Fox. I don't even like Jamal Murray like that. He's just I think Jamal, honest, I like playoff Murray. I realized that I think he's averaging 23 points this season. Cool. But he could do that. If you need Jamal Murray in the last, and I'm talking, oh, yo, look at this man. Like, look at this man. YS, please, I'm being serious right now. Like, I'm being serious. Like, this guy. I don't like Jamal Murray. I don't listen. No, bro, I'm being serious. Stop, YS, because you're gonna make me laugh, bro. I'm being serious, bro. Like I do not have Jamal Murray better than Kyrie. I don't have him better than Steph. I don't have him better than Ant. I don't have him better than Cade. I barely have him better than Jalen Brunson. Like I don't even think Jalen Brunson's like what people be saying he is. But you know what I'm saying? Like if I have to, like, we're talking playoff basketball now. Like YS, stay with me. We're talking playoff basketball. We're not talking like Like we're not. This is not roll a ball out to him. That's not why. That's not why I didn't use Jamal Murray when I said that. I used DeMar DeRozan because of the height advantage. I'm just saying that a company with the clutch gene that Jamal Murray has in his experience, because I don't want to dwell on experience, but I have like in my point, because right, check this out, right? Like I'll finish this point first before I explain that, right? I don't want to dwell on experience for the Spurs, but I want to use experience for Jamal Murray because I've also witnessed Jamal Murray send people home. It's a different, like, I'm not saying that they don't have the capability to do it, but I watched Jamal Murray send Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz home after dropping a 50 piece on them. I watched Jamal Murray down 3-1 with Nikola Jokic figure out how to come back on the Clippers in the bubble. I watched Jamal Murray get basically like manhandled by the Minnesota Timberwolves and come out and bust they you know what to make it to the finals. Like I've seen this. I've seen this happen, and he does have Nikola Jokic, so that's why I can't eliminate them in my eyes. I honestly cannot eliminate in my eyes the Houston Rockets. I don't think that De'Aaron Fox is going to be guarding Kevin Durant in clutch situations. You feel me? I use De'Aaron Fox for the Jamal Murray. I don't think that he's going to be, guarded by him in clutch situations. But I also do think, and I'm not saying that De'Aaron Fox is a defensive liability. Let me make sure I'm not like making that. De'Aaron Fox is not a defensive liability. Let's just be for real though. Let's look at the skill set Jamal Murray possesses. One of the most clutch people when it comes down to playoff basketball. Gotta respect it. So that's what I'm talking about in that. But when I bring up, because I'm talking about the Houston Rockets now, Amen Thompson is probably going to be guarded by De'Aaron Fox in clutch situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I don't like Amen Thompson to get a bucket, but I don't like De'Aaron Fox to stop him all the time either. So if Alfred Sengun is out there, if he's out there, I'm not 100% sure. I understand that there's a height disadvantage and a speed disadvantage when it comes to Alfred Sengun and Victor Wembanyama, but he will have help with the rest of the 6-7 lineup and Steven Adams and Jabari Smith and Kevin Durant. Like, it's not like he's just out there shrunken. You feel me? He's just, going to get beat off the dribble a couple times. If Alfred Sengun's out there 20 and 10, you feel me? Whatever 20, whatever 10 you want to put. KD out there 30 and 7, 30 and 9, you feel me? Somewhere around there. In a 7-game series, Amen Thompson to me is the X factor because look, Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle, I love them, but bro, I do think that Victor Wembanyama, to me, he's just a little too soft. And accompanied with that, since he's the best player on the team, the rest of the team will probably play at that level, and they're not ready. Even though Victor Wembanyama went out there for the All-Stars and, he went and showed out, I'm not trying to take this. I'm just talking about what I'm seeing, and I can't be wrong. But what I'm seeing when I'm watching Victor Wembanyama play is a player who hasn't figured out, like check this out. Anthony Davis came into the league, he was skinnier. He had to bulk up still, but he was dropping 20 and 20 from the paint. DeMarcus Cousins was dropping it from the paint. Yes, they shoot the 3-ball, but they was dropping it from the paint. Wemby, you do have this amazing wingspan and all these things that make you this unique unicorn of a player. You don't have to only get your points from the paint. But Wemby, if you back down everybody every single chance you feel me? Like you would be the free throw merchant. It's not like they can stop you. It's not like they're not gonna have to foul you. It's not like you can't just turn around and dunk on somebody. Like, I don't understand it. Like, I'm not 7'5". I'm not in the NBA, but if I was 7'5", NBA or not in the NBA, I'm dunking on anybody that tries to like I don't know. And since he doesn't do that, I believe that is a personality player trait or a player personality trait. Like, that's not Wemby's persona off the court, but on the court he's just not the toughest guy because he understands how tall he is makes him already unstoppable. He just doesn't have to be this Shaquille O'Neal Dwight Howard, you know what I'm saying, Patrick Ewing-esque player. And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying that that's what I see, and that's what I believe will be the problem going into teams like that. And let's not forget that we got to take into consideration. I only brought up Denver. I only brought up Houston. I didn't bring up OKC, reigning defensive champions. They got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I know that the Spurs beat them, but it's not like they ever stopped him. It's not like they played with Jalen Williams full strength. It's not like Jalen Williams and Alex Caruso and Chet Holmgren, and they haven't been. They just won. They just been playing for their whole career, essentially. The young cats, at least, you feel me? So that team already has the experience. They already been there. They already lost. They already been there and won. They done been there, got upset. You feel me? They done been down in the series and had to fight their way back out of that. They had to win a game 7 in their crib. And God bless Tyrese Halliburton. It's sad to see him get hurt, but you gotta win moments like that. Like, because check this out. If Kawhi Leonard would have lost, we would have always called Kawhi Leonard a choke artist. We would have called him that. We would have called him that, okay? If Kawhi Leonard would have lost, we would have called him a choke artist. If OKC would have lost, we would have said they choked. So, congratulations for keeping, yes, he went down, but you still had to win. So, shout out to them for winning. But that's and I had said this because I didn't want to skip over. That's really what I have to say about the West. I really didn't want to skip over this and jump to the East. But a reason why I don't I don't want to use experience. But you know why I can stand on experience, at least when I look at the East, right? For me, when I look at the East, I could say Detroit, with the lack of experience, can go win the whole thing. Bro, nobody has done it over there in a while. Like, the Miami Heat are the most experienced team collectively. Well, minus the Boston Celtics. But the thing about the Boston Celtics, we know that they're injured. So, I'm not saying that Jaylen Brown can't get it done, but we're just, they're injured. They got to prove it. They have less to prove than everybody else. That's how I was trying to figure out how I wanted to say what I was trying to say. They have less to prove than everybody else. Like, if they lose right now, oh well, they was only the second best team in the East without Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum come back next year. Like, that's all the talk. Like, let's just be honest. You feel me? Like, that's 100% fact. It's not like I'm making that up. It's not like people are gonna gossip like that's no, that's true. Like, you can look at the standings right now. It goes Detroit, Boston. So when I mean, okay, Boston goes out there, they lose a 7-game series to the New York Knicks. The Knicks go on to lose to Detroit. No one cares. Boston goes out there, they go lose a 7-game series to Detroit. Detroit goes on to lose to the Knicks. No one cares, bro. No one cares. As a matter of fact, they've already retooled for next season. They got rid of Al Horford, got Nikola Vucevic. You know what I'm saying? All they did is get Anthony Simons, come over here, get a little PT, and then go over there for, build up the trade value of some player. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. Smart guys. You feel me? So, Jason Tatum come back next season. So, Boston is playing with house money. I can't deny that. But outside of Boston, no other team has the experience. Like, the Pacers would be the closest team, and I don't even it's just, my mind just works like that, right? Like, if I'm thinking about it, the only team that really has the experience would be the Pacers, because they was there, they lost, Miles Turner's gone though, but then I thought Tyrese Halliburton's not even playing. They probably have the worst record in the league. Yeah, Nikola Vucevic is on Boston. Nikola Vucevic, that was at the end of the trade deadline. Nikola Vucevic plays for Boston, YS. You gotta excuse my brother YS. Around All-Star break, he steps away from sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't really All-Star break and trade deadlines. He's like, see, and I don't know if it cut out still, but I'm gonna repeat it, right? Data heads, because I do need to answer this call. That's very important. But Cade Cunningham is the MVP of the NBA. Do not let the media fool you. Nikola Jokic is not going to play 62 games. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not going to play 62 games. And the media is going to tell you stuff like, oh, in the 2025-2026 season, these players, they didn't meet the criteria for it, and these players were selected by default, and he's a default. Cade Cunningham, listen to me very carefully. I know Jaylen Brown is doing what Jaylen Brown is doing. If you remove Cade Cunningham from the Detroit Pistons, they are the Washington Wizards. So I have to get to this call. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I hope that I was able to tell you something that you can take and maybe apply it to some sports betting, or maybe just your general understanding of sports. I know that sports isn't a topic that can like change the world, but I think it does bring people together. Hopefully somebody can come back one day and tell me something that they're saying that is, probably outlandish, or maybe something that I said is outlandish that you would like to challenge. Data heads, until then, hope you guys stay blessed.